First contact. The vast emptiness of space lit up with a brilliant flash of blue-white light. Where there had been nothing but darkness, now hung a sleek vessel of gleaming titanium alloy. Bold letters across its hull proclaimed its name, HFY Prometheus. Humanity had just made its first jump beyond the solar system, and the ship's crew was about to discover they weren't alone in the universe. Commander Elena Reyes stood on the bridge, her dark eyes fixed on the viewscreen. The tall, imposing captain had earned her reputation through 15 years of decorated service with the United Earth Space Force. Her close-cropped black hair framed a face that rarely betrayed emotion, even now at this historic moment. Jump successful, Captain, reported Navigation Officer Hiroshi Tanaka. All systems nominal. Position? Reyes asked, her voice steady despite the tension in the air. We're not where we expected to be, Tanaka admitted, his fingers dancing across the holographic controls. The wormhole calculations were off. We're approximately 60 light-years beyond our target coordinates. Science Officer Dr. Maya Patel looked up from her station, her eyes wide with excitement. Captain, I'm detecting artificial structures. Hundreds of them. And ships. Thousands of ships. The bridge fell silent. Humanity had always wondered if they were alone in the universe. Now, on their very first jump beyond the solar system, they had their answer. Show me, Reyes ordered. The main view screen shifted to display a stunning sight. A massive space station surrounded by swarms of vessels of various sizes and designs. The structure seemed to be a central hub with sprawling arms extending outward, each hosting different architectural styles that hinted at the diversity of its creators. Are they detecting us? Reyes asked. Communications Officer Lai Chen nodded. Yes, Captain. We're receiving signals, many different types. The computer is attempting to analyze them, but they're unlike anything in our database. Tactical status. Reyes turned to Security Chief Victor Okafor. Shields at full strength, weapons systems on standby. Okafor reported. 5 vessels have broken from the main group and are heading our way. Speed suggests interceptors or patrol craft. Reyes took a deep breath. This was first contact, the moment humanity had prepared for, but never truly expected to happen so soon. The Prometheus was primarily an exploration vessel, but it carried Earth's most advanced defensive and offensive capabilities. They had hoped for peaceful first contact, but prepared for the worst. Open a channel, all frequencies, she ordered. Standard first contact package. Mathematical sequences, atomic structures, basic language primers. Let's show them we come in peace. As Chen transmitted the carefully prepared message, the 5 alien vessels approached, taking positions around the Prometheus. They were smaller than the human ship, but moved with precision that spoke of advanced technology. They're scanning us, Paddle reported. Very thorough. Quantum-level analysis. Let them look, Reyes said calmly. We have nothing to hide. Minutes passed in tense silence as the alien ships continued their scans. Then, without warning, one of the vessels fired a pulse of energy that struck the Prometheus. Shields holding at 92%. Okafor called out. That was a warning shot, Captain. Precise, controlled. They could have hit us harder. Why would they attack? Executive Officer Nathan Drake asked, his normally jovial face now grim. We showed no aggression. Reyes leaned forward in her command chair. Perhaps our presence alone is threatening to them, or they misinterpreted our message. She made a quick decision. Return fire. Warning shots only. Show them we can defend ourselves but aren't looking for a fight. The Prometheus's advanced targeting systems fired precise energy bursts that passed within meters of the alien vessels without making contact. It was a demonstration of accuracy that any military commander would recognize. Instead of backing down, all 5 alien ships immediately launched a coordinated attack. This time, their weapons struck with greater force. Shields at 78%, Okafor reported. They're hitting harder, Captain. Return fire, Reyes ordered. Target their weapon systems only. Disable, don't destroy. The Prometheus's pulse cannons fired, striking two of the alien vessels with surgical precision. Their weapon systems went dark immediately, and they drifted away from the formation. "Captain, more ships incoming," Tanaka warned. "At least 30 vessels approaching from the station. Heavy cruiser class." Reyes studied the tactical display. They were outnumbered and in unknown territory. The Prometheus was advanced, but not invincible. "Plot a retreat course," she ordered. "Maximum speed toward that asteroid field. We need to regroup and assess the situation." The Prometheus's quantum engines flared brilliantly as the ship accelerated away from the approaching alien fleet. The human vessel's speed was clearly unexpected. The alien pursuers fell behind quickly. "They can't match our velocity," Drake observed with a hint of pride. As the Prometheus disappeared into the dense asteroid field, the crew had a moment to process what had just happened. Humanity's first contact with alien life had turned into humanity's first interstellar battle. Why did they attack us? Chen wondered aloud, voicing the question on everyone's mind. "I don't know," Reyes admitted, "but we just demonstrated that one human ship can hold its own against several of theirs, and I have a feeling that's going to matter in what comes next." Hidden among the massive asteroids, the Prometheus powered down its non-essential systems to minimize detection. Meanwhile, Dr. Patel made a discovery that changed everything. "Captain, I've analyzed the alien communication patterns," she reported. "They're not using a single language. There are at least 17 distinct linguistic structures. This isn't one alien species, it's an interstellar coalition." "An alliance of different species?" Drake asked. "Like a galactic United Nations?" "Precisely," Patel nodded. "And based on the communication patterns, they appear to be in some kind of emergency session." "I believe we're the emergency." Reyes ordered a stealth probe to be launched. Using Earth's most advanced cloaking technology, the tiny device slipped through the asteroid field toward the distant space station. Hours later, it began transmitting. Through the probe's sensors, the crew of the Prometheus watched as representatives of various alien species gathered in a massive chamber. Some had scaled skin, others fur. Some floated in specialized environmental suits, while others stood on multiple limbs. Despite their physical differences, they all shared one emotion: fear. "They're afraid of us," Reyes realized. "But why? We're just one ship." As the alien leaders debated, the probe's translation algorithms began to make sense of their languages. A tall, silver-skinned being with 4 arms called for order. This was High Counselor Zarkesh of the Galactic Council, governing body of 17 spacefaring civilizations spanning 3 spiral arms of the galaxy. "The unknown vessel appeared through a wormhole," Zarkesh announced. "Technology we have theorized but never achieved. Their defenses withstood our standard weapons. Their speed exceeds our fastest ships. And they responded to our questioning with precise, measured force." A massive being with thick gray skin and natural armor plating stepped forward. Admiral Vordrak of the Philasian Empire, the military backbone of the Council. "This is clearly an advanced scouting vessel," Vordrak growled. "Where one has come, others will follow. We must capture this ship, study its technology, and prepare our defenses before the invasion begins." Not all agreed. A being of pure energy contained in a humanoid form spoke next, Ambassador Lyra of the Luminary Collective. "We attacked them first," Lyra pointed out, her voice melodious even in translation. "They disabled rather than destroyed our ships. These are not the actions of invaders." The debate continued, but ultimately Admiral Vordrak's militaristic view prevailed. The Council voted to assemble a containment fleet, 50 warships to surround the asteroid field and capture the human vessel. Back on the Prometheus, Reyes and her crew processed this information with growing concern. 50 ships, Okafor said grimly. "Even with our technology, those aren't good odds." "We need more time," Engineer Sofia Rodriguez added. The quantum drive needs at least 12 hours to recharge for another wormhole jump. Ray studied the tactical display showing the alien fleet's movements. Her mind raced through their limited options when an idea struck her. If Admiral Vordrak wants to see what one human ship can do, she said with a determined expression, I say we show him. Prepare the quantum drive for short tactical jumps. We're going to change the game. As the alien containment fleet moved into position, little did they know that the human ship they thought was cornered was about to demonstrate why humanity had survived countless existential threats on their homeworld. The real battle was just beginning. Turning the tide. Admiral Vordrak stood on the command deck of his flagship, the Indomitable, watching with satisfaction as his fleet surrounded the asteroid field. 50 warships formed a perfect sphere around the area, their advanced sensors prodding every rock and crevice. The alien vessel cannot escape, his second-in-command reported. We're scanning systematically. It's only a matter of time. Vordrak allowed himself a slight smile. This would be his greatest achievement, capturing the first vessel from what he believed was an incoming invasion force. The technology they would extract would elevate his status in the Council immeasurably. Admiral, an officer shouted in alarm. The alien vessel has appeared at Outpost Sigma 7. Vordrak's 4 eyes blinked in confusion. Impossible. That's 3 sectors away. Before he could process this information, another alert sounded. Sir, Research Station Delta reports the alien ship is scanning their defense systems. A third officer joined the chorus of panic. Defensive Platform Gamma is under attack from the same vessel. 3 ships. Vordrak roared. They have 3 ships. What the Admiral didn't understand was that there was still only one human ship. Captain Rice had ordered the Prometheus to use its quantum drive for controlled microjumps, appearing in multiple locations almost simultaneously. At each location, the ship would emerge from quantum space, scan the alien facility, and disappear before the defenders could respond effectively. On the Prometheus, Engineer Rodriguez monitored the quantum drive with growing concern. The drive is heating up fast, Captain, she reported. We can make 3 more jumps before we risk permanent damage. Make the next one count, Reyes ordered. Target, Admiral Vordrak's flagship. In a flash of blue light, the Prometheus materialized directly in front of the massive Indomitable. Before the alien vessel could bring its weapons to bear, the human ship circled it completely, scanning every centimeter of its hull. Got what we need, Patel confirmed. Their command protocols, defense frequencies, weapon specifications, everything. Jump, Rice commanded. The Prometheus vanished just as the Indomitable fired, its powerful energy beams passing through empty space. Aboard the Galactic Council station, panic spread through the emergency session. Reports of the human ship appearing in multiple locations simultaneously suggested not one scout vessel, but an entire fleet with technology far beyond the Council's capabilities. They're everywhere, a counselor cried out. They could strike any of our worlds next. High Counselor Zarkesh struggled to maintain order. We must remain calm, Admiral Vordrak assured us. Admiral Vordrak was wrong. Ambassador Lyra interrupted, her energy form pulsing with urgency. We have provoked a species with technology centuries beyond our own, and now they are demonstrating their capabilities. Back in the asteroid field, the Prometheus made one final jump to a position just outside the containment fleet's perimeter. Captain Rice stood from her command chair. Open a direct channel to the council chamber, she ordered. Let's end this before it escalates further. On the council station, the representatives fell silent as a holographic image appeared in the center of their chamber. A human female in a uniform bearing the insignia of the United Earth Space Force. I am Captain Alina Reyes of the Earth exploration vessel Prometheus, she began, her voice steady and clear. We came in peace, seeking contact with other intelligent life. Your patrol vessels fired on us without provocation, and your council has voted to capture our ship and prepare for war against our species. She paused, letting her words sink in. I have demonstrated that a single human vessel can outmaneuver your entire fleet. I could have destroyed your outposts, your research stations, your defense platforms, but I chose not to. Because humanity does not seek conflict. Admiral Vordrak pushed his way to the front of the chamber. Your actions speak otherwise. You appeared through a wormhole in the heart of Council space with a warship. The Prometheus is an exploration vessel with defensive capabilities, Rice countered. And yes, we've developed wormhole technology, not to invade, but to explore. We didn't know your coalition existed until today. Ambassador Lyra moved forward, her luminous form brightening. Captain Rice speaks the truth. I can sense it. The luminary can perceive emotional resonance across space. There is no deception in her words. This revelation sent ripples of murmuring through the council chamber. Vordrak wasn't convinced. Convenient that your mysterious abilities confirm their story, he sneered, while my fleet confirms they have technology that threatens our security. Zarkesh raised all four hands for silence. What do you propose, Captain Reyes? An exchange, Reyes said simply. Knowledge for knowledge. Friendship for friendship. We will share some of our technological insights if you share information about this region of space and the species that inhabit it. The first step toward peaceful relations. And if we refuse? Vordrak challenged. Reyes's expression remained calm. Then the Prometheus will return to Earth with news that this region of space is hostile to human exploration. What happens after that would be beyond my control. The implied threat wasn't lost on anyone in the chamber. If one human ship could cause such chaos, what might a fleet do? After hours of debate, the council reached a decision. By a narrow margin, they voted to accept Captain Rice's proposal for peaceful exchange. Ambassador Lyra was appointed as the primary liaison between humanity and the Galactic Council. Not everyone was pleased. Admiral Vordrak stormed from the chamber, vowing that the Thalasian Empire would take its own measures against the human threat. 6 of his most powerful warships broke from the containment fleet, moving to intercept the Prometheus before it could begin the diplomatic exchange. Captain, Okafor warned. 6 Thalasian warships on approach. Their weapons are hot. Reyes sighed. Peace was never easy. Battle stations. Prepare quantum targeting systems. What followed was a demonstration of human ingenuity that would be remembered in galactic history for centuries. Rather than engaging the Thalasian ships directly, the Prometheus executed a series of micro-jumps that placed it briefly inside each vessel's shield perimeter. During those split-second appearances, the human ship transmitted a precisely calibrated energy pulse directly into each warship's engine core. One by one, the Thalasian vessels went dark, their power systems temporarily disabled but their crews unharmed. In the council chamber, Ambassador Lyra couldn't contain her amazement. They could have destroyed those ships, but they chose temporary incapacitation instead. High Counselor Zarkesh nodded slowly. Perhaps we have been too quick to judge these humans. Their technology is indeed advanced, but their restraint is even more impressive. 3 days later, the Prometheus prepared to return to Earth. The quantum drive had been fully recharged, and the ship's data banks were filled with information about the 17 species of the Galactic Council. Ambassador Lyra came aboard to bid farewell to Captain Reyes. The luminous being's form glowed with a warm golden light that reflected her optimism. "You will return?" she asked. Reyes nodded. With diplomats, scientists, and representatives chosen by Earth's united governments. This is only the beginning. Some still fear you, Lyra warned. Admiral Vordrak has been relieved of his command, but the Thalasian Empire remains wary. They believe you withheld your true capabilities. Perhaps we did, Reyes admitted with a small smile. Just as I'm sure the Council has its own secrets. Trust will come with time. As the Prometheus disappeared into the wormhole that would take it home, the representatives of 17 alien species watched on their view screens, some with hope, some with fear, all with the knowledge that the galaxy had forever changed. One human ship had appeared without warning in their midst, One human ship had fought off their patrols, evaded their fleets, and demonstrated technology they barely understood. One human ship had forced a peace when war seemed inevitable. And soon, there would be more. On Earth, when Captain Rice delivered her report to the United Earth Council, she ended with words that would become famous throughout human history. "We are not alone in the universe. And now, the universe knows that neither are they."